Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course. Brandon Wenzel, come back at you. Another offering off of my Sampler Platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler Platter videos, series videos I've been doing for a little while now, where I go there, I try out food and drink items. And whilst doing so, got a Peter Can Thunderbolt poster back there. We got Crappy Old Ladder off to the side. He's almost out of frame, but he's there. Trust me, he's keeping an eye on things. There's Marvel figures up there. They're kind of out of frame too, but whatever. You can still see the boxes. And yeah, I go over there, I try out stuff, usually stuff that's kind of weird or hard to find or whatever. And then I go over there and I explain the stuff, and hopefully you get something out of it. Hooray! So what am I trying today, folks? Well, folks, oh, by the way, PlayStation shirt. I always like to try to highlight my nice shirts. It's a nice shirt. I got it from Target. Oh man. Where was I going? Oh yes, so at the time I'm doing this, I'm still doing my international fresh market special. Went over there time I'm doing this, not too long ago, and it turns out there's a little international fresh market not too far away from where I live. It's mostly made up of like Asian stuff and things that I've never seen or tried before. So I figure I'll see and try these things, and then I'll let you know what's going on. Hooray! So on the last video that I did, provided that I upload these, canonically, I did some Asian Lay's flavors. I think I called them Japanese, but I don't know that they're Japanese. They might be like, because now I'm being led to think that maybe they're Chinese, but I don't know. So I'm going to go with Asian. Sorry, folks. I apologize. Like, I love, like, Asian culture and stuff like that, but, like, I can't fucking tell the kanjis and stuff apart. Like, that's a bit too far into things for me. But, yeah. So I did 3 of those. I've got 3 more to try. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to start it off with, probably the most interesting one in terms of, like, just the name alone. Boom! We've got Numb and Spicy Hot Pot flavor. I've never had Numb and Spicy Hot Pot. I don't think I've ever had any Hot Pot, though I would really like to. Like, I have actually been to, like, in Chinatown, in Chicago. Like, I've been to, like, a couple proper, like, Chinese restaurants and stuff where they're a bit more geared towards, like, actual, like, Asian cuisine and stuff versus the, where I'm going with this. And I've seen, like, people do the hot pot stuff, so one of these days I would really like to try that. But so far, this is the closest I'm going to get. The thing that's got me really interested is that it's marked as Numb and Spicy Hot Pot flavor. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what the word numb means, but I don't know how that's going to translate to food. Like, is it going to numb my mouth? Or is it just like a weird translation? I don't know. So, these have got me interested. We're going to give them a shot and see how they go. There we go. Just from smell, it just kind of smells like kind of generic, like, spiced chips. So, I'm not getting a lot of specific distinctiveness. Let's give it a shot. Okay. It's got like a nice little heat to it. Um, and it's unlike like I had the spicy crayfish chips in my last video. Watch that video. Those the heat was mostly kind of like at the end and kind of hit the back of your throat. This it plays more on your tongue, and it lingers. So maybe I guess that's like maybe that's like the numb aspect of it or whatever, because it kind of holds. Yeah, I mean, I don't like. I don't know what exactly. I don't know how close or far away it is from what its intended source materials is. Um, but I mean, it's nice. It's like genuinely a nice, flavorful chip. It's got a lot of flavor. It's got a nice little kick to it. If no one if I didn't have any idea, what it was called or anything, I would maybe assume that it was like a light hot sauce flavored type of chip. Because I mean, it's got, like I said, it's got good flavor, and it's got like kind of it has like an interesting kind of flavor profile as it's making its way through your mouth. And it's very, like I said, it's very pleasant. Like, I like the chip itself. Let me do one more. One more, folks. Because, yeah, it's like at the start of it, it's got sort of like an interesting spice blend kind of flavor to it. And then, it kind of, picks up the heat a little bit. And it never goes really to the back of your throat. It kind of stays more in your tongue, a little bit at the top of your mouth. Yeah. I mean, that's a good chip. I do enjoy that. I know, like I said, I don't know how authentic tasting it is, because I don't know, I can't go off of the original thing that's supposed to be based off of. But just as a chip by itself, by no means the best spicy chip I've ever had. It's also not that spicy. I should emphasize that. It's there, but it's more that flavorful spicy than that real spicy. It's... Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Lots of potato chips inside me at the moment. But yeah, it's... Like I said, not the best... Sorry. My brain needed to reboot there for a second. Not the best chip I've ever had, by any means. It's somewhere almost between like a barbecue and like I said, like a hot sauce type of chip. But it's good. It's got some interesting stuff going on to it. It's got a little bit of a depth to it, which is nice in a potato chip. Yeah, I mean, would I recommend it to people? Yes, I absolutely would. I think this is a very palatable chip that, even if you're not familiar with, Numb and Spicy Hot Pot, I think this is something that you could actually import over here. And as long as you enjoy, like maybe hotter barbecue chips, or, chips that have got a little bit of a zing, I think that this would fit nicely. It wouldn't be, I don't think it would be your favorite, but I think that it would be a nice little addition. So, an option to have, as it were. Alright, let's move on to the next one. What's the next one I'm doing? Oh, we'll do this one. This one's intimidating. Boom! Cucumber flavor. That's all. This one's angry at you, man. It's just like, what are you doing? Why are you eating me? I didn't do anything to you. And I mean, hey, folks, I just, I actually struggle, like, because they put it way at the bottom with the thing, so, like, when I first picked it up, I didn't know what the hell it was. So, try the old cucumber. I like cucumbers. They're good. They're refreshing tasting. Okay. It has a cucumbery smell, but it smells like I don't know. I guess sort of artificial, you know, cucumber. But maybe that's just because it's like cucumber, and then there's like a bunch of other things. Because obviously, cucumber by itself is a pretty light flavor. So I imagine they will probably pump this up with other things to kind of make the cucumber flavor more distinct, like they do with like watermelon flavored stuff. They always like amp up the watermelon flavor. It doesn't fucking really taste much like actual watermelon. That's interesting. It does have sort of a cucumberiness to it, but it's. I mean, I guess it is. It tastes exactly like what it is, which is it's someone trying to emulate cucumber taste. And what I mean by that is like it does kind of taste like a cucumber, but it just like there's a big part of the taste of a cucumber is like that freshness to it and everything, like I was saying before. They can't really emulate that properly. Although I almost wonder if maybe they'd added in like a smidgen of mint. Maybe they could have brought that up. Plus, cucumber mint is, just something that's an interesting flavor by itself. This one's the messiest. Cucumber's not the first place that my brain would go if I didn't know that these were cucumber chips. But if you were to tell me, after having tried them, I would immediately understand and agree. These are, genuinely, I would say these are pretty much the perfect potato chip representation of cucumbers. It's taking the cucumber flavor, it's adding more stuff to it to make it a bit more vibrant on the tongue. It doesn't really taste properly like cucumbers, but it's cucumber adjacent. It's like familiar memories of a cucumber. And I mean, really, that's what potato chips do, by and large. They're just obviously, whether it's barbecue or whether it's sour cream and onion, they're just emulating the tastes, and they just do so to varying degrees of success. In this case, I would say that this one is reasonably successful. I would give this, on a scale of 10 of believability of chip, I would give this probably like a 7.8. It's there, but it's not. It's such a weird flavor to try to capture in a chip because of, just like I said, just that freshness kind of taste. But for what they did a pretty good job with it. And it's a good chip. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. It's genuinely very tasty. Even because it's not just cucumber flavor, and they kind of added, more stuff to it to kind of give it a little bit more of a zing. It actually makes these very tasty. Would I recommend these on a general populace type of thing? Actually, yes. I could actually see these being something, I mean, maybe with different packaging, but I could definitely see these working in an American context. I really could. I think these would actually be something, Lay's people, if you're out there watching my videos for whatever reason, maybe consider these. Maybe let's ditch the dill pickle. Let's bring in the cucumber. Keep hating on the dill pickle. I don't mind dill pickle as a flavor, man, but I just don't know if it needs to be a potato chip. Alright. Alright, folks, and the very last one. Boom! It's whatever flavor this is. I have no idea. It literally doesn't have a name for it. But it looked like this, so I had to buy it. Because it's a silly Eggman. He's all like, oh, he's an Eggman. So, I have no idea. Is it egg flavored? Maybe? Is it like ramen flavored? A lot of time ramen has like egg in it. I don't know. And then it's got this too, which makes it even weirder. Where it says 3 p.m. and then there's chef. What the fuck am I not supposed? If I eat it before 3 p.m., will I go over there and turn into a gremlin? Is that 3 p.m. Japanese time, China time? It says that it's a product of China. I don't know, man. I don't want to turn into a gremlin, but at the same time, I'm going to try some delicious chips. And then the only thing that's in English is they have a little sticker that they added to it for some of the nutrition facts. And it does have the ingredients, and it's interesting. So it says potato chips. We're on a good start. Ingredients. Potato. Alright, good. Cazola oil. I have no idea. American Classic Seasoner. American Classic Seasoner. Do we, as Americans, internationally, do we have our own spice blend? Because I know there's like Asian 5-spice and, like you can get like different spice blends that represent like different countries and stuff. Does America have our own? Apparently we do, and apparently it's a classic, and apparently it's made up of MSG, which I do find fucking hilarious considering that whenever you come to America, like MSG is like, for anyone who doesn't know, by the way, like to kind of, and I'm not a chemist or anything, so don't fucking hate me. MSG like isn't some like super terrible thing that was like invented to go over there and fucking turn turtles into fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like just a broken down thing that gives off a specific type of flavor. It's basically, as far as I understand, and don't take this as like full on health advice. This is just the way that I've been led to understand it. It's basically no worse than like salt for you. You wouldn't want to have a shit ton of salt in your diet. You wouldn't want to have a shit ton of MSG in your diet. So, but yeah, no, MSG is like a thing in America. And you'll see lots of places, especially like Chinese restaurants, will have like things out front that say no MSG. And apparently in our classic seasoning, it's part of it. MSG, salt, disodium 5 ribonucleoid, silicon dioxide. Apparently that's the American spice blend. Delicious. Let's find out what this tastes like. It doesn't have a, like, there's a smell, but it's not a super distinct smell, so. I'm also a little bit worried because the packaging, although that one at least actually said what the hell it was, the packaging is similar to the, in my previous video, watch that video, grilled squid, and it's ruffled like that. And those were kind of low on flavor, so it might be the case that even trying these, I might not have any goddamn clue what they're. Ow. I mean, there's a flavor to it for sure. I genuinely, I'm having a hard time of immediately associating it to anything. I mean, I guess, yeah, like, I mean, I'm gonna say egg flavored. Like, maybe, like, specifically a certain type of egg. Like I said, maybe like a ramen egg or something. It doesn't taste particularly eggy, but it has sort of a similar savoriness to it, I guess. And, yeah, similar to the grilled squid, like, the flavor's not super prominent. Yeah, I mean, they're not bad for what they are, but the flavor is not super distinct. Never mind that I don't know what it is because there's no title to it, at least in English anyway. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna stick with kind of like an egg flavor. It seems like there's a little bit of sort of an eggy-ish flavor kind of at the very tail end. It's so difficult because, you know, not having the title, and then again, with it being sort of similar, somewhat muted flavor with the grilled squid, it's like, I knew what the grilled squid was going in, I couldn't have fucking told you what it was, because the flavor is kind of muted. This, I'm saying fucking egg probably just because of the egg thing. So, it's fine. It's not, there's enough of a taste there that it's kind of weird. There's enough of a taste there that for my brain, it's like, this is a weird chip taste. But at the same time, there's not enough flavor there for my brain to be like, this is offensive, or this is really good. It's just, it's there and it's okay. So, egg flavor potato chip. It's fine. I mean, if that is what it is, I guess it's probably a good thing that it's somewhat muted. Like, egg flavor, I like eggs, but like as a potato chip flavor, that I could see that going poorly if you overdid it. But would I recommend this one? I mean, if you were just trying it out, sure. Like I said, it's not bad or anything. But beyond curiosity, out of all the chips that I've had, I would say this is probably my least favorite. Which, again, not a bad chip. It's still interesting to some extent. But, yeah, it's, even aside from not knowing the title and the specific flavor that it's supposed to be, just the flavor that I'm getting, while not bad, is not something that I personally would want to go back to, I would think. I would much prefer to go with any one of the others. But if none of those other ones were available, and this was just around and I hadn't had them in a while, sure, I might pick them up. But I think that would be about as far as that would go for me, personally. Out of the three that I just had, the Numb and Spicy Hot Pot flavor, egg, and cucumber, I think I'm going to give it, it's a close one between the Numb and Spicy and the cucumber. I think I'm going to give it to the cucumber, though. The Numb and Spicy, I think, has a little bit more going on, but the cucumber has such a unique taste to it, and it has a decent amount going on, so I'm going to give that one the win. Whereas with the Numb and Spicy, again, it does taste sort of familiar to things that you could probably get over here, just sort of its own variation. And the egg one is just its thing. So, anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me. This video ran a little bit longer. 5 things for me, folks. Have yourself a great rest of your day, phenomenal rest of your week, spectacular rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year, and if you could go over there and have yourself a cucumber-tastic rest of your life, it's all fresh and good for you and stuff, do that. Final two things, folks. If you could, try to bring some positivity to the world. It's not always possible. It is always appreciated. Even if it doesn't feel like it, I promise it is. I promise it is. If you can't do it, though, sometimes you can't. I know I can't all the time. Try to go over there, bring some positivity into the world. That's... I messed it up. Damn it. Scratch that last one. Don't be an asshole. That's what I meant to say. Oh, man, I shouldn't do these like after I've only been awake for an hour. Yeah, try not to be an asshole. I think that's usually more reasonable for most of us. Still going to happen sometimes, folks. Happens to everybody. Just try to dial it back when you can. And then the final thing, folks, we could do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Maybe you're going to go over there and you're going to tell me what kind of chips these are. Maybe that's your thing. I mean, I suppose realistically, I probably could have gone over there and, like, taken my phone and, like, gotten one of the apps or something that, like, just tells you what the hell it's supposed to be. But I didn't do that. Maybe you can do that for me, because I'm lazy. Or maybe you want to do something, maybe you want to be an architect, or you're going to go back to school and you're going to study crab fishing, because I've got the crab chips right in front of me. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me. Have yourself a great rest of your day, all that good stuff. I'm out!